In this video, I'll be showing you 5 fast ways to make coins in FIFA 21. Just before we get into the video, lads, if you do want to buy yourself any FIFA 21 coins, make sure to go to the link in the description and check out Mule Factory. They've got a 24/7 service, they're completely reliable, and if you use the code LE5CHEAP at checkout, you will get yourself a 5% discount. So boys, like I said at the start of this, is going to be 5 fast ways to make coins in FIFA 21. In this video, I've gone through and I've made a list of around 5 different trading methods that are applicable at any single time that will make you fast coins in FIFA 21. This video is probably going to be quite a long video as well, because I want to go into as much detail as I possibly can do with each individual method, rather than just coming on and just giving a really brief overview. I want to really go into why these methods work and why they are effective.
2 words: entrepreneurship.
So boys, if you do enjoy this video, please do drop a like on it and comment down below, because it does help out with the algorithm and it can push this out to more and more people. So if you want to support the channel, please do that. Just 500 likes on this would be perfect, and over 100 comments. Just comment down below with absolutely anything and subscribe if you are new. So in this video, I've got loads of different methods that you can use, and it's very, very basic explanations of the methods. However, I'm going to sort of tell you how I apply things now. I think the first thing to sort of talk about before we do anything with trading is timing for trading. I think it's a massive thing with trading. So every day we get content at 6 PM. Now if you're based somewhere else in the world, it might be 1 PM. If you're in America, it might be 2 PM, 4 PM, I don't know. It completely depends on where you are, and I think that content at 6 PM can massively dictate the market. So for example, in the run up to 6 PM, certain things usually go up in price, whether it be 84 rated informs or fodder or things that may be anticipated for 6 PM. A lot of that stuff can rise. After 6 PM, if we don't see that, we could see some drops depending on what EA release. So say for example they release, I don't know, an icon SBC for the 56th time that week, you could see drops in other areas, so with special cards or with icons or whatever it may be. And I think that's one thing that I've never really spoken about, timing with trading. So I think just to start off this video, I do want to talk about that and just say, just be mindful of when you're trading and what could potentially happen on the market. Say for example you're trading with specials and 6 PM hits, a lot of those specials could drop depending on what EA release. So I think choosing your timing well is a very massively important thing. Now this is one tip that I give to every single person who asks me about trading. If I'm trading before 6 PM, I'm out by 6 PM. If I'm trading after 6 PM, I'm out by 6 PM the next day, because 6 PM is the only time when something happens in FIFA, whether, to be fair, they could drop a loading screen at any single point. That's just one thing to be mindful of, it's just the timing. So let's just carry on with the rest of the tips.
Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some.
So the first method that I'm going to be talking about is going to be silvers. Now, you might be honestly sick to death of me talking about this, but I think this is a really good introduction to learning the FIFA market. If you've heard this before, by all means skip ahead in the video. But basically, silvers from top 5 leagues are really good to trade with, and they give you a really good basis on sort of how the market performs. Now, the easiest way to make coins, in my opinion, in FIFA 21 is silver, Premier League, basic. And again, I've shown this method off loads of times. I'm very mindful of the fact that I've shown this off a load of times, so please do just skip forward if you don't want to hear anything about this. So the chemistry style is basic because we don't want goalkeepers, and basically what you need to do is just come onto the market and just snipe as many of these cards as you possibly can do. So 800 coins here, you sit here, compare price, back out, and you pick up the cards, and then based on that, that's the most basic method. You can then learn prices of individual silvers, and you can start to learn the silver market. Now I appreciate that you probably can't really be bothered to learn prices and stuff like that, so what I've actually gone and done is I've come up with a little method that you can use, and it completely depends on your coin total. And I think coin management is a massive thing with trading, and sort of managing your coin amount is a very important thing. So say for example, right, you've got 100,000 coins. You don't want to be spending more than say 5% per trade, because you're just going to lose loads and loads of coins. So sort of managing your coin amount is a massive thing. So what you're actually going to do, you're going to come over to the market, you're going to go over to silver, and you're going to go over to basic. The reason why we go over to basic, get rid of the goalkeepers because they usually don't go for a lot, and you want to set this max price to whatever you feel comfortable having your max bid at. So say for example you've got 50k, using that 5% bracket that we were talking about, you want to be going maximum around 2.5k right here, and then you just want to search up, so you can set the max bid to absolutely anything and you come through. Now once you come through to the market, what you're looking for are players who have a bid on them. Now there could be a myriad of different factors why a card has a bid on it. So for example with this Chinese Super League guy, I'm pretty sure that he's part of an icon swaps or whatever it may be. It could be an SBC, could be an objective, it really doesn't matter. Once you found yourself a card who has a bid on it, drop your bid on it as well, and then you can carry on going and start to bid on different cards. So you can see already that I have been outbid on this card at 600 coins, but when we checked his price before, he was going for a minimum on the market of 2.4k. I'm looking to sell this card on for around 2.3k. So what I'm looking to do is to look for around a 10% profit margin. That's 5% tax, and it's also going to be 5% to myself for the aggro that I've gone through for this. So if I'm selling it around, say, 2.2k, maximum I realistically want to be bidding is around 1.8k, and you can get into a bidding war on this. And once you've sort of built up a different sort of portfolio, different players, you can then look into those players in a lot more detail and maybe look at cards who are similar to them and try and do some trading with them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get into a bidding war with this guy. I'm going no more than 1.8k, and then we're just going to go from there. So thankfully we've just won this card at 950 coins, and at the time of recording this it's before 6 PM, so there's not too many people on the game, so I've actually got a really good deal here. I can sell this card on for 2,000 coins, and that's way more than the 10% profit margin that I was hoping for. I'm looking at around a 50% profit margin on that, which is really good. After tax it's going to be 45%, which is absolutely amazing. So the cheapest on the market at the minute, let's just quickly double check, is still 2.4k, not selling at 2.4k. So I'm going to list mine up at 2,000 coins in the hope that it sells pretty quickly, and then what I can do is I can back out again, just refresh this, still keeping that coin amount that I was talking about, and just scroll through and just see if there's any other cards with an open bid on them. So I've got this Waris guy who is from the league, and as far as I'm aware, this is part of a league SBC, so that's why this guy's expensive. He's currently going on the market at 1.9k, so with this one, with him being at 400 coins, again, I'm not bidding any more than, say, 1.5k to sell at that 1.8k just to be the cheapest on the market. So it's a really effective method, this, and I think you can apply it to any coin amount really. If you've got anywhere from 100,000 to 500,000 coins, silvers still work. It doesn't matter how many coins you've got, silvers work at any single time. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to go and try and win this card. To be fair, I'm hoping that I can just get it just from dropping a bid and no one will see it. Fingers crossed. Come on, please no one outbid. It's saying expired, but I want to see that processing before I... yeah, there we go. Okay, we've won another card at 450 coins, and honestly, boys, this is really easy. You probably won't see me doing this on stream too much, because what happens is a lot of people start to outbid me because it's just such an accessible card to get. So I'm going to list this one up at 1.5k, again making a very nice profit margin on all of these cards. So there you go, boys. There's the first method, and in my opinion, one of the fastest and easiest ways to make coins in FIFA 21. So let's jump into the next one.
It's free real estate.
So jumping into the next one, it's going to be talking all about club stocking. Now, if you don't know what club stocking is, do not worry. If you do, you'll know how effective this method is. Now, what this method does is you basically go over to Gold Common, and the thing is with Gold Common, right, is these cards, if you can buy them at 350 coins, it's a good deal, because the amount of upgrade SBCs that EA release, or whatever it may be that EA release, these can go upwards of around 1,000 coins. So if you're paying 300 coins per card at any given time, you can make absolute bank with this. Now, like I said, I'm recording this video around 1 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, so the market isn't really too good for this. Now, the reason why the market isn't too good for this is because there's not a lot of supply. Now, supply and demand is a massive thing with trading. If there's more supply than demand, player prices drop. Now, if there's more demand than supply, player prices go up. So at the minute, there's not too much supply on a lot of these cards. So basically what you need to do, rewards day, squad battles rewards, promo packs, lightning rounds, whatever it may be, if there's any kind of supply of golds, you can do this method. Now, what you need to do, it doesn't matter on who the gold card is, you need to bid no more than 350 coins on that card. Then when you've actually won that card, you need to leave them into your club, and then what you need to do after that is wait until EA release an upgrade pack or maybe a daily SBC, and some of these cards will go quite high in value. Now, if you've done the bronze pack method before, you know how effective club stocking can be, because that's sort of what you're doing with that method. So you can see right here that at the minute it's super competitive on this, because there's loads of people on the market, and as you can see, I'm at the 3-minute mark right here. A lot of these cards are going to get outbid. You're not going to win every single card on this. Again, you are more waiting for times when there's more supply than demand on these cards. So again, rewards there, this is absolutely perfect to do, and that's all you're doing. You are literally just bidding 350 coins, and you can keep them in your club, and then when they're needed for an SBC, it can be something that you check maybe when you finish college, when you finish school, whatever it may be. You can come on and you can look in your club and be like, right, I've got this card at 350 coins, he's now going at 1.5k because he's gone into an SBC solution, or he's needed for an upgrade, or whatever it may be. This is a honestly ridiculously easy and effective method. Don't get me wrong, it will take you a while to bid on these cards, but as soon as that SBC comes out, it's always worth it. So you can do that with gold commons, but you can also do it with gold rares as well. So basically the idea with this is to pick them up as cheap as you can possibly get them, because then there's absolutely no risk and no loss on those cards. So you can do the same with gold rares as well. So you can see here that gold rares go for a minimum of 650 coins. So I can come here and I can just bid at no more than 700 coins again using that 50 coins. And then what you do once you've picked up a load of them, you can go in and you can just chuck them into your club. And again, when there's upgrade packs or maybe there's league SBCs, or to be honest, if there's any objectives whatsoever, the gold rare ones can go quite high. It doesn't matter that you're bidding this amount. Honestly, it really doesn't matter that you're bidding this amount. And if you bid on enough cards, you will start to win a lot of cards. If I come into my transfer targets at the minute, as you'll be able to see that we are getting outbid on quite a lot of cards. Some cards will get just bought out straight up, and you're not going to win every single card. But that's the thing with the supply during rewards day or squad battle rewards or whenever it may be. This is absolutely perfect. It's really good around 6 as well. The more live transfers that you can see here, the better that method is to do. So at the minute, 1 million is quite low on Xbox, but say for example it was 1.6, 1.7, it's perfect to do because there's more supply on the game. And as you'll be able to see, we're winning cards left, right and center. So we just go to assign all, and any of these that are new can just go into my club because it's absolutely discard price. And then anything that's a duplicate, I can try and sell on at 1.1, 1.2, whatever it may be. So it's definitely an effective method, definitely a fast way to make coins, and it's definitely an easy way to make coins as well. So definitely worth checking out, the boys.
Yeah, boy!
The next method is going to be a really effective method, and it's going to be using players that people are using for Road to Glory teams. Again, I've shown off every single method in here. I've shown off in individual videos. I just think collecting them like this and really going as in depth as I can do with these is a very good way to basically teach you how to trade, to be honest. So basically what you need to do, you need to go and have a look on Footbin at cards who come out as, say, center attacking mid, striker, CDM or whatever it may be, and you're basically trading with those cards who have then been position changed. So Fakir is one of those cards who does fall into that category of being a good card to do this with. So basically people will say position change a card or put a chem style on that card, and it will affect their price. So you can see right here that Fakir is currently going for in center attacking mid at 6,000 coins. However, if I take a look at him with a center mid on him, I bet he's going for a hell of a lot more. As you'll be able to see here, with a center mid on him, Fakir is going for a ridiculously high amount. And he's not even on the market, actually. That's absolutely ridiculous. So say for example a card pops up with center mid on it and it's gold and it's going for the same price as what he's going for with center attacking mid. You can make yourself very nice coins, especially if he's got, say, a hunter applied to him or a shadow applied to him or any decent chem style that everyone uses. You can get sales on because some people will be looking for that card. Whether you think that or not, some people will be looking for that card. Now the hard thing with it is determining what price to sell those cards on at. Now again, if you're using that 10% profit margin, you're pretty much always winning. I know 5% per card isn't the most in the world, but you can get pretty cheeky with it. You can go for, say, I don't know, so say if he's going for 6,000, maybe try 10,000 coins because that'll be his max. Now if it doesn't sell at 10k, just bring it down a touch, and you keep bringing it down and down and down until it sells, or you just keep bringing it down until you're happy with the price of that card. So you've got Fakir you can use this with. Coutinho is another really good one to do this with. A lot of 83s at the minute are quite inflated because of the abundance of SBCs that we've got out, so you can go and use this method really effectively because some people don't realize how much some of these cards are going for. Another good thing to take a look at as well is open bid. So you can see here there's a Coutinho with a catalyst on it, and if we keep going through, there's a Coutinho here with a hunter on it but it's not selling, and then you've got loads of other ones as well. But you can sit here, compare price back out, and you just wait till you see a position change card. Now one really sort of good way to do this is to just stick with the Premier League. Any Premier League players are really good to do this with because there's always demand for these players, because if someone's doing a Road to Glory, they don't think to go outside of the Premier League. It's just the way that it works. And sticking with strikers as well in the first instance is really good because the position changes to get them down to centre mid, centre attacking mid, CDM, whatever it may be, is very expensive. Very expensive. So I definitely recommend this method. Again, if you're on that sort of 300,000 600,000 coin mark, I personally would be looking at these, because if you pick up loads of them, you can sell them all on in bulk and you can make like 50k, 60k, 70k per bulk listing, which is absolutely unreal. And you can do a bulk listing at sort of peak times when the market's quite active, of like, say, I don't know, you could get quite a lot of cards in, say, an hour's time. So you can definitely make good coins with this. So just another little method and just something that I definitely recommend to do.
Fair enough.
Now the next one that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Fodder. Now Fodder, I've not really done a full guide on it, but I've spoken about it Christ knows how many times and how powerful Fodder can be. And the way that EA is going with all the different SBCs, if you're not into Fodder, you need to be, because honestly, EA will release these daft SBCs every single week, and every single week when the supply, you can pick up Fodder and you can sell it on when the supply is dried up. Now, we need to talk about supply and demand because that's a massive factor with this method. So basically what this method is Fodder is, say, cards who don't get into your main team. So like Luca Digne, for example, 84 rated Luca Digne, he's not getting into your main team. Now, I know a lot of you might be like, well, I use him, and it's like, well, fair enough, you might use him, but people who are playing in FUT Champions aren't going for 78 pace, Luca Digne with 80 defending, 76 physical. It's just not happening. I don't want to sound blunt, but being realistic, this card isn't that good at this stage in the game. Even with a shadow on him, he only goes to 88 pace, and there's a lot better options within the Premier League and within just players in general. At this stage of the game, if people are playing in the weekend league, they're not using this card, so this automatically then becomes Fodder. So basically what Fodder is then is cards who are literally just in the game for SBCs because of the rating. So 84s, 83s, 85s, 86s, 87s, 88s, 89s, 82s, they've all got Fodder in them, especially 82s at the minute as well, and we'll talk about that. But you basically need to find out when Fodder's low and when it's high. So the best thing that I do, I literally check as much as I can do all week, but one thing I check on FUTBin, and you need to then pick them up when there's heavy supply in the game. So heavy supply means rewards day, squad battles rewards, lightning rounds, or daily SBCs that give out a big pack, and that will affect these player prices, because what happens is people get them in the packs, they have no use for them in SBCs, maybe they've done the SBCs, they'll just list up the card onto the market at a ridiculously undercutted price, and then what happens is that card doesn't get bought, so someone else will come and undercut it, and then someone else will be like, oh, I'll have a bit of that, and I'll undercut it. And then what happens is there's a massive snowball effect where the player price comes down and stabilizes a lot lower. Then what you need to do is pick them up at that time when they are massively lower, and then over the weekend or going into Friday or whenever it may be, something will come out, an SBC that everybody wants to do, and the player prices shoot back up. So for example, Luca Digne last week was going at around 7,000 coins. I saw him as low as 7,000 coins. Ideally, he was going for around 8,000 coins. So if you picked up at 8,000 coins, you're making absolute bank, because this guy is now currently going for around 11,000 coins. So it's just something that you need to jump into and jump back out of. And again, using that 6 PM content is a massive thing. A lot of this stuff rises into 6 PM, and there's a sort of selling window in the run up to 6 PM, and you can make really good coins from that. But again, with this, you need a lot of coins to do it. Like I've got 1.3 mil at the minute. I would probably put 1.3 mil into Fodder on a sort of day-to-day thing around rewards day. So a good way to do this and sort of finding place to do this is by using FUTBin. So I'll quickly just jump over there and just show you what I use. So just jumping over to FUTBin, this is called cheapest players for SBCs, and you can literally just go to futbin.com/stc/cheapest, and you can see the cheapest players. So this is what we're talking about with 82s. 82s are ridiculously low at the minute, so if you want to pick these up at discard price, in my opinion, it's not a bad buy at all. But then you've got 83 rated players. These are quite high at the minute, and you need to be sort of on top of this as much as you can be. You've got 84 rated players as well, 85 rated players, 86s, 87s, and there's so many different cards on here that you can go and use. Like for example, 87 rated Aubameyang is now considered Fodder just because he is getting quite low, but there's loads of different options that you can go for. What I usually look for is popular leagues, popular nations, and scarce positions. So that's personally what I'd recommend with Fodder, to be honest, the boys. Now moving into the last method, it's going to be talking about discard inform investing. Now this is going to be something which, I'm going to be completely honest, boys, I'm probably going to put around 1 million of my coins into this, because it's something which I've seen week on week. Basically, I think EA at this stage are just releasing team of the week for no reason. Honestly, I don't play realistically with that many gold team of the weeks. I think every time that we get a team of the week, there's probably 3-4 players who fit the current meta, and a lot of them just go completely ignored. I'm going to be completely honest. So for example, this Gilbert card at the minute, or Gilbert, or however you pronounce his name, is currently going for 21,000 coins, and that's as a result of the icon SBCs that are out at the minute. So this guy during rewards day was going for 11,000 coins. So you could pick this card up at 11,000 coins. A few days later, you're selling on at 21,000 coins with absolutely no effort whatsoever. So for example, last week, if I'd gone in with my full coin amount at 1.1 mil at 11,000 coins on this guy, I could have made double profit on this card literally just by picking up on rewards there when there was some kind of supply and then selling on once the supply had dried up. And that's another thing that you can do. So discard informs, these informs, so I'll just show you. Say for example, I'll just pick up this guy right here just to show you his price. Now this guy on the market can be listed up as cheap as 10,000 coins. If you see any informs who are over 80 rated, a good league, a good nation, whatever it may be, if it fits any of that 3 criteria and you see it close to 10,000 coins, it's a buy. I don't care who it is always a buy, because worst case scenario, you sell it on at min price at 10,000 coins and take 500 coins tax, so you make 9.5k back. If you're putting 11k in to then sell on at 9.5k, there's a loss there of 1.5k, which the loss in terms of what you could potentially gain for 10,000 coins, for example, is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying go and buy this card because it's not discard price. What you need to do is use it from the current team of the week. So when there's a new team of the week, just have a look through it and have a look at the rating of that current team of the week and then go from there. And you can honestly make yourself amazing coins. Again, you need to buy in bulk as much as you can do, and it does make it a hell of a lot easier, but it's just a little way where you can go and make coins with absolutely no effort whatsoever. And to be honest, boys, I think that's where I'm going to be wrapping this video up. I think I've covered loads of different avenues in this video, and I think I've tried to give you as much information as I possibly can do. I think there's some really useful stuff in here, and if you sort of heed my advice and take on what I'm saying, I think you can honestly make yourself really good coins for the rest of FIFA 21. All of these methods that I've talked about are completely timeless. Doesn't matter on the timing, you can do them if you just follow what I've said and the sort of apply the methodology behind it. So boys, I think that is where I'm going to be wrapping this video up. Boys, if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like on it. Comment down below, by the way, if you do need any help with anything. I read through comments, I'll reply back to you. Subscribe if you're new and you want to see more stuff like this. But it's been 6 Lewis, and I am off. Good luck, the boys. Goodbye.